All right, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. Today we are breaking down a completely transformative approach to automated lead generation. We're looking at exactly how you can build a system in n8n that works 24/7 without a single manual intervention. And hey, if you want to get into the really granular technical specifics, after we finish here, you can actually check out the full source article at scayon.com/build automated lead generation workflows in n8n. But for now, let's pop the hood and get into the mechanics of this no manual contact machine. So I really want you to ask yourself, what if your sales team literally never had to touch raw lead data again? Think about those traditional bottlenecks we all hate. Leads just sitting there in manual processing queues, waiting hours or even days to be enriched, scored, and routed. And, well, by the time a rep actually reaches out, the prospect is already cold. Today, we are presenting n8n as the ultimate antidote to that slow, painful process. This automated lead generation system runs at 2 a.m. with the exact same blazing speed and accuracy as it does at 2 p.m., entirely hands-free. Here's our quick roadmap for the explainer. We'll start with the automation engine, then setting up n8n environments, move into flawless capture and validation, hit AI scoring and data enrichment, and wrap up with smart nurturing and CRM sync. Okay, kicking things off with Section 1, the automation engine, redefining lead gen architecture. I absolutely love this quote from our source material. This system turns raw prospects into qualified opportunities while your sales team focuses only on closing deals, not managing data. I mean, that's the dream, right? What makes n8n so profoundly different from traditional lead generation tools is its node-based architecture. Instead of locking you into that expensive per-contact pricing that basically punishes you for scaling up, it connects over 220 applications seamlessly. You can process thousands of leads without losing sleep over massive software overages. Moving right along to Section 2, setting up n8n environments, looking at cloud versus self-hosted. There is a really stark contrast in your deployment options here. On one side, we have the self-hosted Community Edition. This is huge because it gives you unlimited workflows and executions, and your only real cost is the server infrastructure itself, which starts at roughly £7.94 a month. On the flip side, n8n Cloud takes away the headache of managing that infrastructure, but it starts at about £17.86 a month with a strict 2,500 execution limit. Now, for automated lead generation at scale, you will eat through that limit so fast. Just a simple workflow checking for form submissions every 5 minutes will burn through over 8,000 executions a month. So self-hosting doesn't just avoid those crazy overages, it gives you complete control over your data, which is an absolute must if you're in a regulated industry like finance or healthcare. Section 3 is where things get fun. Flawless capture and validation, the filtration system. Our automated lead generation machine pulls from multi-channel collection sources all at once. We aren't just sitting around relying on standard web forms through webhook triggers anymore. We're proactively integrating Apollo.io for B2B discovery, scraping LinkedIn profiles, and even extracting business data directly from Google Maps. Think of these as intake valves, pulling all these raw materials into the system at the exact same time using pre-built notes. But here's the catch, and it's a big one. Raw data is messy. Actually, scratch that. It's downright chaotic. So the absolutely crucial piece here is a 3-layered data validation architecture. Step 1 checks the array structure, making sure we aren't just processing empty objects that somehow look valid to the system. Step 2 validates ID fields so records link up properly. And Step 3 confirms the presence of actual, meaningful data. Because let's face it, an ID is completely useless without an email address or a name attached to it. By filtering out all that junk data before it clogs the system, this specific validation pattern achieves an unbelievable 99.7% workflow reliability in real production environments. Heading into Section 4, AI scoring and data enrichment. This is the brain of the operation. Manual review? Yeah, that's a thing of the past. To fully automate this, we rely on the BANT framework. If you're not familiar, BANT stands for Budget, Authority, Need, and Timing. It is quite literally the gold standard for figuring out a prospect's sales readiness. Inside n8n, AI nodes like Google Gemini or OpenAI take all that enriched lead data and automatically evaluate those specific factors. They assign weighted points to calculate a definitive, highly accurate lead score. Once that score is calculated, the system routes the leads based on exact AI scoring thresholds. Any lead scoring 75 or above, that's classified as hot. Between 50 and 74 is warm, and anything below 50 is cold.
This tiered approach is vital because it guarantees your sales reps are instantly handed the hottest enterprise-level prospects, while the early-stage inquiries are kept safely in the system to be nurtured automatically.
Now, we all know that when you're working with AI, things can occasionally get a little unpredictable. If an AI node suddenly decides to return a free-form text paragraph instead of a simple number, it'll break your entire workflow. To stop this from happening, the machine uses structured output parsers. These basically force the AI to return data in a consistent JSON format. And if the AI analysis just completely fails for some reason, the system has safe default fallbacks built in. It'll assign a low score and route the lead for manual review, ensuring that your 24/7 engine literally never stops running.
And finally, Section 5, Smart Nurturing and CRM Sync. Let's look at the output. Inside n8n, we use a switch node, and it basically acts as our master routing controller. Depending on the score we just talked about, this node dictates the exact follow-up action. Hot leads get an immediate calendar booking link so they can schedule a call without a second of delay. Warm leads might trigger a highly personalized WhatsApp message for some fast informal engagement. And those cold leads? They are automatically seamlessly dropped right into long-term educational email sequences. And speaking of those cold leads, the way this machine nurtures them is a thing of beauty. By utilizing wait notes, the workflow can just pause itself for, say, 3 to 7 days between touches. While it's waiting, OpenAI chat models are busy analyzing previous email threads to draft fully personalized HTML content for the very next outreach. If the prospect happens to reply or finally books a call, an if node recognizes this behavior and automatically pulls them out of the sequence so they don't get weird, inappropriate follow-ups. It is entirely behavior-based. And this setup brilliantly highlights the tangible results for your team. Through OAuth 2, the workflow instantly creates or updates records in HubSpot or Salesforce, utilizing this clever search-then-decide logic to perfectly deduplicate everything by email. At the exact same time, it fires off an alert to your sales team's Slack channel. And I just love this little detail. It uses emoji tiers. A hot lead pops up with a fire emoji, a warm lead gets a little cloud, and a cold lead gets a snowflake. Your reps instantly know exactly what they are dealing with at a mere glance. But hey, let's be real for a second here. We are building a highly complex machine. What happens if a single node fails in production? Does the whole automated lead generation system just come crashing down in the middle of the night? Absolutely not. The system is designed with incredible fault tolerance. By implementing an error trigger node and flipping on those continue on fail settings, a single bad record or a timed out API call will not stop the engine. It gracefully routes that problem lead right into a separate error workflow for you to review later, all while the rest of the 24/7 lead generation machine just keeps humming along, adhering perfectly to our no manual contact principle. So I leave you with this final thought. Are you ready to let the automation engine handle the data so your team can focus exclusively on closing deals? It's really time to stop manually wrangling endless spreadsheets and start building node-based automated lead generation workflows. And remember, if you want the exact step-by-step technical blueprints that we discussed today, head straight over to skillion.com/build-automated-lead generation-workflows in n8n. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy building.